Quote Retreat by Sandor. One quote, one reflection, one thought that could bring a moment of light and energy to your day. Join me as we take a look at today's quote. The quote is by Bruce Lee, born 1940, died 1973. It reads, "The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus." Let's take a moment together to explore the messages within this quote. Success and greatness. We often think they are reserved for people born with special talents or abilities. But what if one of the most legendary martial artists of all time told us that wasn't true at all?
That's such an intriguing perspective to consider, especially coming from someone like Bruce Lee, who many viewed as superhuman in his abilities.
You know what's fascinating about his quote about the successful warrior being just an average person with laser-like focus? It completely dismantles this myth we've built up about exceptional people being born different from the rest of us.
Well, when you look at Bruce Lee's early life, he really proves this point, doesn't he? Just a regular kid born in San Francisco, growing up in Hong Kong, nothing particularly extraordinary about his beginnings.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is how he transformed himself through this laser-like focus he talked about. By his early 20s, he had already developed Jeet Kune Do, his own revolutionary fighting style. That's not talent, that's intense, dedicated focus.
The way he approached martial arts really exemplifies this philosophy, doesn't it? Instead of trying to master every traditional style, he focused intensely on what worked and stripped away everything else.
And here's what's really mind-blowing. He applied the same focused approach to everything he did. In just a few years, he completely revolutionized how martial arts were portrayed in cinema. Enter the Dragon. Fists of Fury. These weren't just action movies. They were carefully crafted statements about martial arts philosophy.
That makes me think about how different his approach was from the traditional martial arts instruction of his time. He really went against the grain, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely. And you know what's fascinating? He faced huge opposition from traditional martial artists who thought his approach was disrespectful. But that laser-like focus meant staying true to his vision despite the criticism.
Well, looking at modern mixed martial arts, it's amazing how ahead of his time he was. He was essentially describing modern MMA training approaches decades before they became standard practice.
That's right. And what's particularly relevant today is how this principle of focused effort applies to our modern world of constant distraction. I mean, studies show that the average person checks their phone 96 times a day. That's the opposite of laser-like focus.
So how do you think this message applies in our age of multitasking and constant connectivity?
Well, it's actually more relevant than ever. Research shows that what we call multitasking actually reduces productivity by up to 40%. Bruce Lee's message about focused effort isn't just philosophical, it's backed by modern science.
The way this applies to personal development is really powerful too. It suggests that we don't need to be born with special talents. We just need to choose our direction and maintain that focused effort over time.
And you know what's really incredible? Despite dying at just 32 years old, Lee managed to revolutionize multiple fields. martial arts, cinema, philosophy. That's what laser-like focus can achieve in a relatively short time.
That really makes you think about where we're directing our own focus and energy, doesn't it?
Exactly. And here's something to consider. Studies in expertise development show that it's not just about putting in hours, it's about focused, deliberate practice. Bruce Lee intuited this decades before the research confirmed it.
Well, that's quite remarkable how his personal philosophy aligns with modern scientific understanding of skill development.
Looking at Bruce Lee's legacy, it's clear that success isn't about being superhuman, it's about being human and applying superhuman focus to whatever we choose to pursue. In our age of endless distractions, maybe that's exactly the message we need to hear.
And perhaps that's his most enduring gift, showing us that with enough focus and dedication, an average person can achieve extraordinary things.
You know what? In a world where we are constantly told we need to do more, be more, and handle more tasks simultaneously, maybe the real path to success is actually doing less, but doing it with that laser-like focus Bruce Lee talked about. With that, we conclude this exciting episode. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd appreciate a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Your support truly helps this channel grow. See you again tomorrow. Yours, Sandor.